Hello, this is Denny Miller, co-owner and managing broker with Zenith Properties, right here in Vancouver, Washington. Here at Zenith Properties, we're getting lots of property owners asking us whether it is better to sell or rent their house here in Clark County, Washington. The answer is, it depends. It depends on you, your situation, your mindset, and the numbers that will determine the financial outcomes of selling or renting. Let's explore the benefits of selling first. You may have lots of equity you can turn into cash. You may qualify for an exemption to avoid paying capital gains tax. The cash proceeds from the sale might be able to fund a life-changing priority for you. Evaluate the relative priority and make sure selling your property is the best option for funding that. What are the disadvantages of selling? The costs and expenses of selling. They are significant, and they include the following: brokerage fees, excise tax, title and escrow fees. These three fees alone can add up to 8 to 10% of the total sales price. There also may be sale prep and sale ready expenses, which are needed to get the best price and make sure your property doesn't sit on the market. Most likely, the buyer will negotiate for you to pay for some repairs. And you might owe capital gains taxes. You might even need to bring in cash to close if there's not enough equity to cover all of these expenses. Also, there are opportunity costs. Potentially, the loss of a low-interest mortgage you'll never be able to replace. And you'll lose any future appreciation. So what are the benefits of renting? Well, there'll be a recurring monthly cash flow from rental income. 2, you'll have the appreciation of your property still. 3, you'll have equity that will build up over time as your mortgage gets paid down or paid off by someone else. You'll have the tax advantages. You can depreciate your property and receive a tax deduction against your income. This could save you several $1,000s every year in income taxes. Consult your tax professional for the details. What are the disadvantages of renting? Well, not being able to harvest the equity you have in your property. Or you could get a home equity line of credit instead if you really do need the cash. 2, there's the potential management hassles with tenants. 3, there's complex regulation in the form of unfamiliar and ever-changing landlord-tenant laws. And 4, there will be property maintenance that will need to be dealt with as time goes on. Just so you know, professional property management can eliminate these last 3 disadvantages. So how do you make the best decision for you? It starts by getting the facts, running the numbers, thinking things through, and knowing yourself. Being a landlord isn't for everyone, and selling may not make the most financial sense for your situation either. Here's what you need to know to make the best decision about selling. Number 1, how much will your property sell for? Get a market analysis from an expert and find out. If you sell, how much net equity can you realistically expect to have after all of the selling expenses? 3, how will you feel if it takes longer than expected to sell your property and you're forced to take a price reduction to sell it? The market is much slower now than it has been in the previous years, especially with the higher interest rates buyers are saddled with these days. 4, how will you feel if mortgage rates stay above 5% indefinitely and you sell your property that has a 2.5%, a 3%, a 3.5%, or a 4% interest rate? How will you feel 5 years from now if the property you used to own gets resold for $100,000, $200,000, or $300,000 more than you sold it for? That's something to think about. Here's what you need to know to make the best decision about renting. How much will your property rent for? We'll get a market analysis from an expert and find out. If you rent, how much will your monthly net cash flow be after paying the mortgage, professional management, and including a reasonable maintenance allowance? What will your property be worth in 5 years? If it appreciates at a conservative rate of 5% or 6% per year, it'll go up in value between 28% and 34%. If your property is worth $500,000 today, at a 6% appreciation rate, it'll be worth approximately $670,000 in 5 years. How much will your mortgage be paid down over the next 5 years? Odds are it'll be a lot if your mortgage rate is below 5%. How much will you save in income taxes by depreciating your property? If you're in a 20% tax bracket, your tax savings could be $2,400 each year or more, which is $200 per month in tax savings. How will you feel about being a landlord? Does the thought of managing tenants make you nervous or afraid? Or will it make you happy to know that you're providing a home for a family who needs it while your property is producing income and appreciating? These are all the important questions to ask and considerations to weigh out when deciding to sell or rent. Get the facts, run the numbers, get expert advice, and make sure your assumptions are fact-based and in line with current market realities. This will, with reasonable certainty, help you to know what the results will be. You will want to make a decision that you won't regret. Here at Zenith Properties, we have licensed and experienced real estate professionals and a team of professional property management experts who can evaluate both the sale and rental potential of your property. At Zenith, we provide our clients with maximized financial results, personalized responsive service, provided by highly trained professionals. Contact us by calling the number or clicking the link in the description for a no-obligation sales and rental analysis on your property. Let us know your situation and your goals so we can help you achieve the best possible outcome, whether you decide to sell or rent your property. This is Denny Miller with Zenith Properties, wishing you the very best. Thank you.